gets free exposure for your site from page 1 of Google in 7 minutes or less. Get instant exposure and fast, free traffic to any site, even if you could never get any traffic before or your site is brand new. A bold claim? Absolutely, but it's also the truth. You'll see the complete details of how Webfire does all of this in just a few minutes, so watch this entire video closely. You'll also see how easy and shockingly inexpensive it is for you to do this starting today. But first, I want to share a secret with you. Here's the real secret to making big money online. 2 simple steps. Step 1, set up a website. Step 2, get lots of people, also known as traffic, to visit your website. Here's a simple example. Why is Mark Zuckerberg a billionaire and we're not? Not because he was smart enough to go to Harvard or brilliant enough to start Facebook. There are actually lots of social networking sites that do what Facebook does. Mark's a billionaire because Facebook gets hordes of traffic every single day. Here's the Facebook user growth chart. Look at how they started a few years ago. No one. Now over 845 million users and growing. Why did Facebook take in $3.7 billion in 2011? Why can Facebook expect to sell $5 billion of stock in the largest ever internet IPO? In one word, traffic. When you have lots of traffic, you can make lots of money. If you don't have traffic, it's impossible to make money. Traffic is the currency of the internet. If you don't have this currency, you might as well not be online. You're not going to get any leads or customers. You're not going to make any money. I'm not sure how you found this site or what you were seeking, but I guess you were looking to get tons of free traffic, leads, or customers through your website. My name is Sean Casey, and I've been selling online for 13 years now. My companies have generated over $50 million from the internet, and we've served over 300,000 customers worldwide. I've generated millions of visitors to my websites from all kinds of different sources. I'm so good at getting traffic, in fact, that I've won countless online sales contests. I actually won this Ferrari and 3 other cars. They even put me on the cover of this magazine. I was also named the 2011 Internet Marketer of the Year. I'm not telling you all this to brag. I just want you to know that I've been successful online so long that I'm now known as Old Man Casey. So let's get back to how I can help you get some traffic to your site and do it fast and free. For years, I focused on primarily buying traffic by paying huge networks for every lead they sent me. I liked buying traffic because I could order traffic and get immediate, reliable results. I often spent over $100,000 a month. I didn't mind investing that money because I was making a fortune from all that traffic. Then the traffic started getting more expensive, so my profits got smaller and smaller. I started looking around for alternatives to get cheaper traffic, or better yet, free traffic that was fast and reliable. I knew that if I got lots of free traffic, my profits would really take off. I started buying every course on traffic and every traffic-related software tool I could find. I've bought over 100 of them by now. None of them had what I was really looking for: a straightforward method to get reliable traffic free and fast without being shady or breaking laws. Sure, the sales letters all made great promises of how some guru no one ever heard of had gotten a zillion visitors, but the courses either had old, outdated methods that no longer worked or only worked to get a few visitors. I don't know about you, but I'm not in this game to just get a trickle of traffic. And the software. Oh my gosh, don't get me started. I don't want to get off on a rant here, but when you buy software, isn't it reasonable to expect to be able to get it installed and working? Now I know why none of these clowns ever showed the actual software working. Because it didn't work. After doing all this research, I was reminded of why I wrote my first ebook, Mining Gold on the Internet, way back in 2000. Because I saw so much garbage being peddled as the secrets to online success, I responded by writing a book with the info on what actually worked. Mining Gold focused on the methods I'd used to actually get traffic to my sites. Long before the Amazon Kindle made ebook popular, I sold over 100,000 copies of that ebook because the methods actually worked, and as odd as it may seem in today's crazy market, I used those same methods to sell all those ebooks. Shocking, isn't it? To find someone using and sharing methods that actually worked. Getting back to where I was banging my head against the wall, trying to solve the problem of getting fast and reliable free traffic, having seen all the garbage products that were leading us down a path of misery and ruin, I knew I needed to solve this problem for all of us because we were all getting screwed. I made a personal commitment to dig out the methods and resources needed to get fast and reliable free traffic to any site. I want to level the playing field so regular folks can compete with the big companies. The good news is that I had access to the insiders who knew exactly what worked to get free traffic. Those insiders were experts who weren't worried about making up stuff just to sell their latest course. They were people actually doing things that worked every day. I grilled every expert I could find, from geeks to heeks. That's what you get when you cross a hick with a geek. Here's what I discovered. There are proven methods to generate free traffic that work consistently and are not shady or, worse yet, illegal. These methods can work fast and consistently when done right. These methods include video marketing, article promotion, press releases, blog posting, and forum marketing, plus a few others that are too good to share publicly. I'm sorry, those are only for our customers. I've also discovered that there were some software tools that actually worked, at least for a while. But all of the software only focused on one thing or another. None of the software worked with any other software. If you wanted to find the best places to promote your site online, you had to use 7 or 8 different resources. If you wanted to actually promote your site using videos or articles or posting, you had to use 3 or 4 completely different tools. No wonder people fail in their attempts to get free traffic. This was all way too complicated and time-consuming, not to mention how crazy expensive it was to keep buying all these new tools. With all the advances in online marketing and technology, I thought there had to be a better way. But there wasn't yet. By now I knew what methods worked and what software tools were needed, but I didn't know how to put it all together. I had the resources to pay programmers to build the software that was needed. But I had wasted at least $50,000 paying programmers over the years when I tried to build other software that never worked. I truly sucked at getting software built. So if my vision was going to become a reality, I needed expert help. That's when I thought of Brian Cause. I first met Brian a few years ago at a private high-level mastermind meeting in Texas. The attendees were all very successful entrepreneurs like Gary Goldstein, the Hollywood producer of Pretty Woman, and Russell Simmons, the founder of Def Jam Fat Farm, and much more. He flew in to chat with us. But Brian really stood out, not just because he was taller than most guys, but because he had some really great software he was showing off. Brian had developed this amazing software that would find leads of people looking to buy specific products. That software sold like hotcakes to big companies that could afford the $4,000 price tag. After all, they could use it to immediately get leads of people that were like solid gold to them. I remembered asking Brian how he was able to create such good software when I was such a failure at it. He shared how he'd worked for years to discover first-rate programmers that also understood online marketing. By then, he gathered some of the top guys in the world, ninjas that could create powerful yet easy-to-use software. Obviously, I was really impressed because I remembered these details 3 years later. I called Brian to see if he'd created any solutions to this huge problem. His $4,000 lead finding software now had some expanded features, but that high price tag put it way out of reach for most people. But Brian was interested to hear my vision of what I wanted for website owners. This is my vision: to develop a suite of traffic-getting software tools that anyone, even a newbie, could use to get fast and reliable free traffic. The software has to be as simple to use as Apple products like iPhones and iPads. The software has to give you answers of exactly what to do or do it for you, not just create more questions or lead to confusion. All the software tools have to be integrated and work together. All the software and training have to be based on methods that really work and are not shady or illegal. In other words, we're not hiding in a dark corner hoping the Google police don't notice us. Everything we do is 100% legitimate. The software must be continually updated to not just keep it working, but to improve it as new opportunities open up. By the way, did you ever notice that a lot of the internet marketing software you buy stops working pretty quickly? Well, that's because internet protocols, connections, and APIs change all the time. If you don't update the software, it doesn't work. I obviously wanted my software to always be up to date, so it keeps working for us day after day. Plus, the entire suite of software and training must be affordable to the average website owner. Brian was excited by my vision and was confident he and his team could build the software, but he was quick to point out that it was going to cost a fortune to build and maintain this software. How much? At least $50,000 in 5 months just to build the software. and $10,000 a month to update and maintain the software. Brian said there's no way you can afford to let people have this software for any less than $2,000 a year. You'll probably need to charge more than that to get a return on your investment of time and money. The $50,000 investment wasn't a problem for me. I knew how much money I could make from all that free traffic the software could bring to my sites. But I'd made a commitment to help any website owner to have an affordable way to get fast and reliable free traffic. Obviously, $2,000 a year was not affordable and didn't fit with my vision. The only way we could meet all those criteria was to build software that could handle thousands of users and get each user to contribute a small amount each month. Brian thought I was nuts to want to do this, but old man Casey convinced him to try it my way. We agreed to cover the development costs and Brian got his team working. That's how Webfire was conceived to accomplish my vision. To develop a suite of traffic-getting software tools that anyone, even a newbie, could use to get fast and reliable free traffic. Turns out, though, it's harder than we thought to make Apple's kind of world-class software. Easy to use and works great, doesn't come cheap. Also turns out Brian's numbers were off by half. We actually spent over $100,000 to build the software, and it took 10 months, not 5, before we were ready for the first users. Oh, and it actually cost over $20,000 a month to keep Webfire fine-tuned. After 10 months and $100,000, we were nervously excited to let some beta testers try out Webfire. Here's what happened. Our first beta tester was able to get his website exposure from the front page of Google in 7 minutes. I know, I wouldn't have believed it myself if I didn't see how it was done. Watch this.